Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan, and we're going to look through this fall bundle from Erin Condren. Before we open this up, I just want to preface by saying this is not an actual unboxing. I have already opened this and looked through it, but I wanted you to know that it will come in a regular Erin Condren box. This is not of the variety of the seasonal surprise boxes that we used to have, which had their own special box that was interchangeable. It will come in a box similar to this one, and there will be tissue paper on the inside and bubble wrap, okay? But inside of this is not the way it will look. I've already opened things up, so I'm just going to take this box off camera and pull on the items one at a time. The first thing that caught my eye, and probably in all honesty the main reason I purchased this bundle, was the Fall A5 notebook. So here's what it looks like. It is not one of Erin Condren's premium notebooks, so it doesn't have the really nice metal coil on it. It has a plastic coil in a coordinating color. The cover itself I think is beautiful. So this is what kind of sold me on the box. I love the gold detailing of the outlined leaves and the burgundy colors in this very deep floral design. I really like it. I also have tested out a few of the notebooks in this line, which are the plastic coiled notebooks. They're not made in the USA. They are not the same as your regular Erin Condren notebooks, but I knew that this was good paper because of the 7x9 version of this that I reviewed, and I think the back to school launch. I really like those notebooks. The pages are all lined at the top for the margin with a color that goes along with the theme that you have there. So if the cover is blue on the outside, you're probably going to have a matching blue line and a blue asterisk on the inside. This notebook had a piece of tissue paper inside the back cover as well as inside the front cover. I've taken out the front one. It says, take note, just like all of the other Erin Condren notebooks, this book belongs to. It's made in China, designed in the USA. So the hand-coiled notebooks that Erin Condren is famous for, as well as their hand-coiled life planners, are made in the USA, and they're printed in the USA. This one is different, and it costs a little bit less. They say that this has a value of $10.50. I'm going to share what I think about that later on, but that's the first item. The next item that I thought looked really neat on the website was this kind of 3-layered notepad. I thought it was a little bit bigger than this. It turns out it is 4 3/4 inches by 6 1/4 inch. It's nifty in that you've got these little cutouts here of leaves in the second layer of the pad and a cutout pumpkin on the first layer. The last layer is just a simple rectangular kind of softer mauve color, possibly. The way you work this, if you want to tear out the sheets, and you probably do since it's a notepad, is you just kind of fold along the perforated line and then tear. I'm not going to tear it out right now because I don't need that sheet. It would be very difficult for you to be able to tear out something from the second pad or the third pad. So you're probably going to be using this from top to bottom. Does that make sense? You're probably not going to be able to use one pumpkin sheet, one leaf sheet, and one of the plain rectangular sheets. And come to think of it, look how this matches the blush desk mat. So let's call this blush. It is really the same color, at least to my eyes. So you're going to have to, unless you figure out some way to tear these out, I don't think that you're going to be able to tear out something from this second pad. I mean, I'll go ahead and try it for the sake of this video. Okay, it actually worked. It did work. I'm surprised. Let's try one from the third pad. Okay, now I am pushing down on this, so maybe that's why it worked. Not sure. That one did not work. Okay, and I was just as careful with that one. So you may be able to neatly pull out something from the second pad. Definitely you'll be able to do just fine with the top pad, but I would not count on being able to pull these out very neatly. Okay, so they say that this 3-layer notepad has a retail value of $16, and then I will tell you what I think its actual retail value is a little bit later on. Now we have some very cute fall designed leaves sticky notes, and unlike the seasonal surprise boxes or the last bundles from the past year, these are not attached to the backing, which I actually appreciate. I don't like them attached to the backing, and I haven't pulled my sticky note pads off of the backing to see if they had a non-sticky back sheet. Maybe they do have one. I haven't tried it, but this one is a little bit different in that respect, and also in that there are no cutout shapes of any kind in the design. The last, I think, 4 of these that we've had did have some cutouts within the design itself. So they say, now this is really pretty, and I did test the stickiness. The stickiness is fine. They're not 3M or Post-it Note brand, but I think the stickiness is fine. I don't notice a problem with that. So I think they are going to adhere just fine. Now they say that this has a retail value of $8.50. I'll give you my thoughts on that a little bit later. This is a set of 3 glitter gel pens that are in fall tones or somewhat fall tones. I really like these and I've tested them out. This one is called Penny. This one is called Magenta. This one is Indigo. I've tested these out and they write really well, and I'll show you my pen test. Okay, I'm holding this up really close because I don't want to show what is underneath it, but I do give the gel pens an A+. I really like them. These are the colors when they're written out: Penny, Indigo, and Magenta. A+ on the gel pens. The retail price, they say, on the glitter gel pens is $8.50 for the set. So that comes out to between $2 and $3 a piece. The last item in the bundle is a set of 3 dot highlighters. So on one side, it's a dot pen. On the other side, it's a highlighter with a chisel tip. So sort of a narrow chisel tip. You can also write with this if you just write on one of the pointed sides of the chisel tip. So it's sort of a marker as well. The color is written on the outside, I think. Berry. There's berry. And this one is candy. This one is apricot or apricot. Okay, now I also did a pen test on these, so let me show you that part of the page I was hiding. Here it is. Apricot looks like this, berry, and then candy. These are not glitter, although the candy one seems to have a little bit of iridescence to it. They are not glitter, really. The highlighters work like this. Now here's the thing. I give these a B- because they bleed through. So I used the apricot dot side of the marker on this list up here, and you can see that it bled through, very substantially bled through. So expect it to bleed through. So you want to use these. Here's a practical application. You want to use these on a sticker that has been placed on the paper to give it an extra layer of protection from bleeding through. Or you want to put something behind the page to protect the page behind it, because this actually bled through all the way to here. When I put this in between, the second list did not bleed through to here. It just bled through on the back of the page. But ideally, you wouldn't even have this. So I would recommend, and I did not even push very hard, I would recommend using a sticker along with these dot markers. The colors are pretty, but I give them a B- because of the bleed through. I wish they didn't bleed through so much. Okay, they say that the retail value on the highlighters is $10.50. So that is over $3 a piece. Now they are dual tip, so we'll take that into consideration. So the retail value of this entire collection, which I'll just put it all out in front of us, according to the prices that they value these with, the complete value is $54. The price on it as a bundle is $32.50. So is it worth $32.50, And is it worth the retail value of $54? Well, before I even looked at the prices, I did a little bit of price estimation and valuing myself. So I gave the fall notebook a value of $8. I gave the sticky notes a value of $3. The 3-layer notepad, $5. The glitter gel pens, $6, so that's $2 a piece, $2 a piece. And the dot markers, the same price, $6, which is $2 a piece. Now, when I totaled that up, I got $28, which is $4.50 below the bundle price. So this is the first time in valuing bundles or surprise boxes that I've actually come up with a number that is below the bundle price. So I do think that the bundle is slightly overpriced, and I think it is vastly overpriced when it comes to retail value. That's my personal opinion. I know that this is Erin Condren. This is not inexpensive stuff. Erin Condren things are generally higher priced items, but I still think that the prices that I gave them were fair prices. Since this is not one of the metal coiled notebooks, I think $8 is a fair retail price for this. I honestly do. And then $2 a piece on these pens, I think is fair. And I think $5 on this is fair. I know that it has the 3 different designs, but I've just never, I mean, maybe I'm underestimating this pad slightly, but they value it at $16, and I just think that is way over the mark, because that would put each one of these sections at over $5. And I just don't think that is something that most people would pay, even if they are not having a tight budget. I just don't think they're going to pay that. This is the other thing that I think is too much overpriced in the retail value, $8.50. I honestly do not think anybody would pay $8.50 for this much sticky note that is not 3M or Post-it brand. I don't think they would. On a good day, I don't think they would. So I valued these at $3, which I think is generous, honestly. $3 I think is generous for this. I don't think it was unfair. So here's the deal. There is something new about this that we didn't have in past bundles. You can buy all of these things separately. So if you're really in love with one of these things and you don't mind paying the retail value, because you will pay the retail value that they give it, you would pay $10.50 for this, $8.50 for this, $16 for this, $8.50 for these. I don't think that's a terrible price. I think this is close to a good retail price. And $10.50 for this. I think this should be the same, $8.50, $8.50 retail value. But I do think of all the things, this and this are the closest to a very fair retail price, although it's more than what I estimate. So if you're crazy about this notebook, I think it's probably worth $10.50 to you, especially if you want to collect all of the designs that they may come out with in the future. I don't know if they'll continue this or not, but it's a special edition cover. If you really love that, or if it's for a gift for somebody, then maybe you want to pay more just because somebody that you're giving this to will receive a curated collection that really goes together well, and it's already boxed for you, and all you would have to do is order it and ship it to them. In that case, I think $32.50 is fine, because you're not having to go to the trouble of assembling like items, things that match, to maybe send somebody a cheer them up gift, a pick me up gift, somebody who doesn't like the shorter days, like me. Somebody who doesn't like shorter days might really want a pick me up. Having said all of that, am I glad that I purchased this? Yes. Even though it is the first time that I value the entire box at less than what the bundle price or the discounted price is, I'm $4.50 under what they give it in the bundle price. I still think that it's nice and I will enjoy it. I'm saving it for the first day of fall. So the first day of fall is at the end of this week, or if it's Sunday. So maybe that's the beginning of next week, depending on whether you consider that the end of the week or the start of the week. I'm happy to have these things. I know that I have a little bit of seasonal affective disorder. And so any little something to give me a pick-me-up with the shorter days is going to be something that I appreciate. So I am happy that I have this bundle. But I want to tell you also that last year's fall bundle has now been relisted at a deeper discount. It's $25. I think that's completely worth it. It comes with a travel mug and some fall highlighters that are nice colors, and a snap-in dashboard that is kind of half page size, and something else. I think maybe some fall markers or something. I can't remember. Definitely some sticky notes along the lines of these, but they will have some cutout, like laser cuts in the design. That one has been marked down to $25. So if you want a little special something as a treat for the new season, I would recommend considering last year's bundle since it's only $25, and I do think it's worth all of the $25. And I love the travel mug that came in it. You can also buy that travel mug separately now. So it's not at a discounted price like the bundle itself is. So I think I would hesitate to buy just that mug unless you're crazy about it. Like maybe you want to create your own fall bundle and just get last year's travel mug, this notebook, maybe the glitter gel pens. You could have your own bundle that way. Because maybe you wouldn't even use some of the other things. Everybody's different, you know. But I do know that last year's fall highlighters were very lovely colors. I enjoyed those. So tell me what you think. Did you get the fall bundle? And if not, are you considering getting one of the items from the bundle, maybe using a 20% discount coupon that you have to get it at a better price than what it's listed at? If you are going to buy separately, I would just say, as your mother figure, don't pay retail price for this one. This is the most overpriced, in my opinion. Maybe you love it and it's worth it to you, but as your mother, if I were your mother, I'd say, steer clear of this unless you get it in the bundle. So anyway, I don't think you can use a 20% off coupon with the bundle itself because they consider that already discounted. But if you were to buy the items separately, maybe some of them, like just this and this, maybe that's what you love, add a 20% coupon to that and you would be able to get a discount. As far as I know, you would be able to. Or just get last year's bundle if you missed out on it because it is less expensive this year. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I did buy this myself. It was not a gift. I am an Erin Condren affiliate, and if you want to buy any of the things that I've talked about or last year's bundle, I do have a review on last year's bundle on my channel, and I have an affiliate link for Erin Condren below. If you've never gotten anything from Erin Condren, I do have a $10 off referral link as well, but I always appreciate every click on my link, even if you're just going to go window shopping. Okay? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.